want to talk to the piano player. He's an old friend of an old friend. Hello, Lucky.
Get lost, Rebel.
Where's Johnny?
Leave Johnny alone.
He's my boss.
Tony Grinaldi owns a West Coast, baby. You work for him. That means you.
I want to talk, Lucky. Buy me a drink.
Buy your own.
All right? Brandy, please. On Mr. Grinaldi's check.
John Kane. Call the police. I'll be right there.
Rebel Drew was with Grinaldi. Oh, she missed the landslide. She came over to talk to me. You know she's scared to death? I put her upstairs in your office.
Police know she's here?
Everybody's been told to be quiet. Listen, it's your store, pal. Say what you once said.
Thanks, Lucky.
Tony Grinaldi. Well?
Well, what?
Come on, Johnny. What's your story?
Don't start with me, Miles. I don't have a story. What's his?
Seems like he was making a routine stop, had one too many, and smashed into the wall.
Yeah.
So far, we're holding him on suspicion of drunk driving and manslaughter. Johnny, you and me have been friends a long time. Officially, I take the position it was an accident. Unofficially, I advise you to make sure that Grinaldi's friends have no illusions about you. I mean, he was killed in your place.
Sure, and you know what they'd say? Tony Grinaldi never had an accident in his life.
I'd have to say the same. I'll call the coroner and notify Grinaldi's wife. All right, close up the area. Take the suspect downtown.
Hello, Johnny.
Rebel?
I didn't want us to meet like this.
Just not at all.
That's not true. Those 6 weeks were the most beautiful days and nights of my life.
So beautiful, you just walk away, disappear, let me wonder what happened.
I couldn't help that, Johnny. I had no choice. I had worked for Tony in Vegas. When he went to the Caribbean for a vacation, I came here. The day he came back, I told him I was through. He made it clear there was only one way I could leave, dead. I loved you. I still do. It was easier to break clean.
You don't expect me to go through that again, do you?
You know the rule. Get rid of the boss, get rid of the office. Somehow, I thought maybe I could explain. Maybe we could begin again. I guess when you're in trouble, you start to imagine things. You have every right to send me away. I just have no place to go. Thanks anyway, Johnny.
For the time being, you can stay on my boat. You'll be safe there. I'll get Lucky to drive you. I didn't know you worked for Tony Grinaldi. You've got trouble, baby.
They'll kill me, Johnny. You don't know them.
I know them. Yes. All right.
Good evening, Mr. Kane.
Good evening, Mr. Kasai.
You may be interested to know that our executive committee is here now to consider the incident. Your presence would be most welcome. The guard at the north entrance will let you in. I suggest you make it as soon as possible. Goodbye. John Kane. Highly recommended by the International. Achieved great success as a freelance adventurer in Hong Kong during the Korean War. Served no single government or organization. Gained a reputation for ingenuity, for proficiency, for extraordinary ability with or without weapons. Attained a favorable financial position, then abruptly returned to the States. Purchased Mr. C's restaurant and has operated it ever since. Mr. Kane is without criminal record. Known to be on a first-name basis with many national and international syndicate leaders, as well as law enforcement officers. Interesting.
You think he killed Tony Grinaldi?
We'll gain further insight into that question very shortly. He's accepted my invitation.
Well, his presence here could be a revealing liability, Kasai.
This indicates that he knows all of us. Obviously, he can keep his mouth shut. What intrigues me is there a way for us to utilize Kane? Force him to pursue this problem in such a way that our exposure would be kept at a minimum.
Aren't we overlooking Mrs. Rinaldi?
Mrs. Rinaldi? She's harmless. A hopeless drunk.
Death is the liberator of him whom freedom cannot release. Physician of him whom medicine cannot cure. Comforter whom time cannot console. No man fit to live should fear to die. To us, death is the most terrible thing there is, but when we taste its reality, it is a birth, a deliverance, a new creation of ourselves. I'm sorry, Lieutenant. Forgive me for being melodramatic. Tony was all I had. I guess I've expected this for some time. Now the time is here, it seems sudden.
I understand. Mrs. Rinaldi, at the moment, your husband's death seems accidental, but we'll continue the investigation. I may have to ask more questions of you.
At your convenience, Lieutenant.
Take it easy on the liquor, ma'am.
My friend, my enemy, my constant war. I'll handle my life, Lieutenant. You handle yours.
Mrs. Rinaldi, how much did you know about your husband's business?
Nothing. He handled the household expenses. He paid the bills. He bought me clothes. Tony took care of everything in his life, including me. Sometimes I think I didn't even know him.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Kasai is expecting me. I'm John Kane.
Right in here, Mr. Kane.
I think the last time we met was in your restaurant about a month ago. I must say the food was excellent.
Thank you.
You haven't met these gentlemen. May I present them? Mr. Kenneth Allardyce, president of Amusement Enterprises.
Mr. Kane.
Mr. Allardyce.
Mr. Philip Shields, president of the investment banking firm, the Blaine Company. Mr. Robert Farwell, president of the Sand and Sea Hotel Corporation. Won't you sit down?
The police arrested the driver on a drunk charge. So far, they're treating it as an accident.
You don't think it was?
No.
Neither do we.
That's why I'm here. I don't want any misunderstandings about me, my place, or Tony Grinaldi.
Mr. Kane, you were sitting with the governing body of what we call West. Our interest is making money. Our methods, as you know, are not always accepted by society. Grinaldi's death came as a relief to this committee. He's of the old school, dangerously violent, conspicuously dominant as the leader of West. Well, the old school concept of physical power is on the decline. It no longer represents the complete policy of our group. We, of course, require necessary persuasion on occasion. But by and large, facts, figures, long-range plans of action represent our only answer to this massive government deterrent we face today. Thus, our members are executives. Our investments are in legitimate enterprises. Our future lies in the judicious use of our money. Grimaldi was on his way out. In fact, this committee was on the verge of the decision to end his career, so his death comes as a very pleasant solution to our dilemma. Realistically, however, we recognize the necessity of retaliation against any intrusion on our affairs. We must meet such an intrusion head on. We've come to the decision that you will do that for us.
No.
Grimaldi was rather secretive about his current endeavor. In fact, all we know is it concerned a statue known as Yama. But you're capable of taking it from there.
No.
Mr. Kane, your dossier indicates that you have a knowledge of the Far East, an ability to recognize Oriental art, and a capacity for thoroughness. You'll be paid $10,000. You have 72 hours. By then, we want to know who killed Tony Grimaldi.
It's no good. I'm through with that.
You're not through, Mr. Kane. This committee is aware of your past, your ability, your association with the Far East. That, along with the circumstances of Grimaldi's death in your establishment, places you in the arena of those who are guilty until proved innocent. We're giving you 3 days to do that. Chicago, West. We wish to issue a contract. $10,000, initiate in 72 hours from this time, unless you hear personally from a member of our group. The subject is the proprietor of Mr. C's restaurant in this city. His name is John Kane, C-A-I-N. Thank you. You'll do it, Mr. Kane, or you'll be dead. This is Friday. You have until Sunday.
It's all arranged, huh?
Yes, it is.
Nobody forces me.
Mr. Kane, I suggest you defer your decision until you've further evaluated the alternatives. Anything less than that would be unintelligent. The offer we made still stands.
And so will your order for a killer.
Of course.
You better be good, Kasai. Somebody moves for me, I'll kill him. Then I'll come for you. All of you.
Should be an interesting weekend, Mr. Kane.
Of the times way out in the spaces of your mind, I feel a need for the laughing things we knew. Aware of the guilt turned on in the hidden reaches of my soul, I still have need for the gentle things we had, that we took with the bad. I'm alive to the memory of at least a dozen mistakes, freakish little nothings, but what mountains and hang-ups they make, unhinged by the chill, excluded from the warm behind your eyes. I feel a need for the simple things we knew. I feel a need for you. I'm alive to the memory of at least a dozen mistakes, freakish little nothings, but what mountains and hang-ups they make. Unhinged by the chill, excluded from the warm behind your eyes, I feel a need for the simple things we knew. I feel a need for you. Ba, 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 ba.
I don't sleep. I don't eat. I don't breathe except when necessary. I just take pills. Choline for the liver, anesthetic for the skin, wheat germ for energy, vitamin A, B, C, and E for everything else.
Nothing for nerves?
My wife says I don't have any. After 30 minutes with that Grinaldi dame, I think she's right. A real left field foul ball. Only thing she knows for sure was that her husband was named Tony.
There are those who figure I'm involved. They gave me 3 days to prove I'm not. Then the contract begins.
I'll say one thing, it's different.
But effective. I could use some help, Miles.
The only thing I can tell you is that the truck driver is clean. Breath tests say negative alcohol. He was bruised where he says he was hit. His girlfriend confirms he was at her place for supper. Has been, same time for 7 years. Oh, it was smooth and sweet. I can't prove it, but it was murder. It's your turn, buddy.
My turn for what?
Oh, come on. You tell me you've been marked. You asked me to help you dodge my attempts to get answers. You're out of your mind.
That's the way it's got to be, Miles.
The hell it does. I've been defending you till I'm blue in the face. Telling the day about 10 years I've been your friend. We hunted, fished, played golf, laughed at jokes together. You got too much sense to mess around with Tony Grinaldi. If you did, you wouldn't kill him in your own place. I'll tell you how it's going to be. Somebody's setting you up, friend, and I'm not going to do a thing about it until you play straight with me. The damaged area is screened off, so you can have business as usual. I figure you'll need some money. After all, funerals need flowers. I'm a cop. With the money I make, all I can do is attend.
Are you all right? I was reading. I looked in the mirror. I screamed, I grabbed the gun and started shooting.
Yeah.
Say it, Johnny.
I wouldn't want to confuse you.
What do you mean by that?
You say you don't want to die, sweetheart. I'm not eager. You're either lying or you're stupid. One of them is going to get both of us killed. Now you start from the beginning and tell me everything. They found you. That means they want you. Why?
I came to Las Vegas, a little town girl looking for a big-time guy. The guy I found was Tony Rinaldi. He took me places. He showed me life. He gave me a job.
I'm sure there's more to it than just that, isn't it?
When I came here, he was on vacation. I found he had a wife. It was over anyway. Then we met. It happened. I fell in love with you. I told Tony the day he came back. He said he'll kill us both. Forced me to continue as his secretary. Once in a lifetime, you find someone who makes the nights come alive. Suddenly you're not alone. You forget the things said. You just remember something was there then. Something you want again. I never had that before you, Johnny.
Rebel, what we were, what we are two different things. This isn't house, sweetheart. You don't write notes and say, I'm sorry. You don't get a second chance to say, I didn't mean it. These people play for keeps. Now let's go over it again.
There were no records. Only phone calls to a man named Hash. He runs an after-hours club near the harbor.
He's the guy who pays for the butchers. Back to Rinaldi.
Tony's errands were memos for the others. Mr. Allardyce, Mr. Shields, Mr. Farwell, Mr. Kasai. They got to know me. They accepted me as one of Tony's girls. Tony said they were ready to kill him. He said they were the only people who could profit by his death. He was smart enough to know it was only a matter of time. To him, the Yama was retirement, quit money. He planned it a long time.
What's a long time?
More than a year. He was happy. 3 nights ago, he turned cold. The bodyguard was always with him. I'm sorry, Johnny, that's all I know. It was a little adventure for a small town girl.
Lucky, I'm on the boat. Revel's with me. I want you to come and get her, check her into the outrigger, get me an adjoining room. Leave the key in an envelope at the desk with your name on it. Stay close to her until I get there. Not that close. Get packed, we're moving. Where's Hash?
Hello, Kane. What's your business?
You're expecting me.
Well, the heat's on. Only natural you'd get to me.
You still keeping books for Rinaldi?
I was, till a few hours ago. Dead men don't pay taxes. Wages neither.
I want to look at those files.
Well, Tony kept most of it up here. Only got one drawer. You take a look, figure what it's worth. Pay me when you leave.
Fair enough. You all right, Mr. Kane? Who the hell are you? Lawson, CIA. It's urgent. We want you in that car. I'll only say please once. There. Miles, what is this?
He'll tell you. Ad Dixon, CIA, Washington.
Discretion is a necessary part of our profession, Mr. Kane. Seems you've already found trouble.
Some? It figures you're going to give me more.
There's a distinct possibility. 6 months ago, our bureau in the Caribbean reported a sudden flurry of communist activity in support of a plot to steal a Tibetan statue, Yama. The next day, the bureau was destroyed with explosives. Personnel records, files, contacts, field data, all disappeared. Of the 7 men and 3 women employed in the Caribbean, 9 were killed. Their bodies burned beyond any possibility of identification. That leaves 1 agent unaccounted for.
And you don't know who he is?
Or she. In any case, today, indirectly, that agent made contact with our Los Angeles office. The message was short. Caribbean, Yama, West, Communist. Now, we're faced with a dilemma. Our agent is in an untenable position. Contact would have been sooner, information would have been more. However, 2 things are apparent. Something is imminent, and we can't just jump into the arena.
No, but I can.
It's a correction, Mr. Kane. You are in the arena. We're aware of West. In the eyes of society, these men are substantial citizens of the community. Like all Americans, they pay their taxes, complain about foreign policy, establish trusts for their children. Their credit record is far better than you or I will ever have. Their business is legitimate. The point is, illegal money was used to establish these businesses. Their illegal operations are continued at a distance. No books are kept, nothing written. All transactions are cash. Without evidence, law enforcement usually has to be satisfied with an occasional income tax evasion charge. Since these men are pillars of the community, they have rights, lawyers, money. Conviction in any case is rare. About all we can do is watch. We do. These are photographs of your meeting with West last night. The tape recording provided us with a transcript. For your information, Mr. Kasai is now in charge of Mr. Rinaldi's death. If further succession is needed, the chain of command is Mr. Shields, Mr. Farwell, finally Mr. Allardyce. Our meeting here, our purpose here, is to urge you to accept their offer.
No.
We have been penetrating, Mr. Kane. You're out in the cold. We want you to change that. This is a very confusing situation. This is not a usual pattern forming here. I hesitate to discuss the interest of this country. Required unheralded necessity called kill or be killed. The tough facts of life you and I know are brutally required so we can exist as a nation. Flag waving is not my cup of tea. You worked for us in years gone by. You're tough, cynical. You've killed, almost been killed. You're good. The fact is, your survival may be our survival. I urge you to accept our cooperation.
I don't have much choice, do I?
The odds are you'll be killed anyway. 11 people are already dead. We will do everything we can to help you.
Dixon.
Lieutenant Crawford and his superiors have agreed to give you every bit of their cooperation, too. Your communication to us will be through the lieutenant. We are ready to pay.
That's nice. Does that make it legal?
Good luck, Mr. King.
Time for the red pill. Chewable. Welcome to the side of law and order.
As long as I'm one of the good guys, your cooperation can start with this.
You get the ticket, you pay for the ticket. There's no other way.
Thanks a lot.
Johnny. Long night, huh?
Long night.
You hurt?
Almost.
Johnny, are you out of your mind? That's a broad. Bad news, man. What the hell is it with you?
There's more to it than that, Lucky.
But you're not sure.
No.
Okay. I'll send flowers. She's asleep.
I told Crawford about Rebel. He's sending a guard.
It's your life, pal.
Or hers. Kasai, Kane, I'm accepting your offer with one condition. Lay off Rebel Drew. You'll inform the others? I'll be in touch. Kasai says that West has no interest in you. He says he'll make sure that the others know. If it isn't West who wants you, who is it?
When I'm with you, I don't care. I'm still in love with you, Johnny.
Is that bad?
Could be. I know nothing about you. You know even less about me. What would change when we start to seek answers? Ask about family, wonder what happened before, who it happened with.
Do those things matter?
I don't know. My little town had all the answers and all the questions wrapped in a single package. Cut the ribbon, find a pattern. Live life the way everyone had before me. It doesn't work that way.
Times are different, Rebel. It's a game called civilization. Ask your own questions. Find your own answers.
No questions, no answers. No running after, no running from. Let's just stand still.
Auditions, auditions. Same old routines. Dumb dames got no sense of class. Nothing but arms, legs, and a belly in motion. Okay, honey, now it's up to you. Remember, this is a class place.
We give them choreography with true artistic interpretation.
Okay, let's see it, honey.
Break it. $2.50 a week to start. Dressing room of your own. And if you got a husband, I'll get him killed. Now, just in case I ain't seeing what I think I'm seeing, let me see it one more time.
Professors of art at major universities usually don't accept research projects on Saturday afternoons.
Professors usually aren't strippers.
Exotic dancer, purely an extension of primitive artistic instinct, enhanced by dedication.
Money.
Money. Yama, created in Tibet about 650 AD. The statue has 3 heads, 8 arms, and is solid gold. It is a priceless religious symbol of Tibet. When Yama, the king of hell, was ravaging Tibet, Manjushri, the god of wisdom, waged war against him. Yama was caught in his fortress. Manjushri grew the arms to close the openings and hold Yama prisoner. Then he preached Buddhism and converted Yama to the faith. That's the legend. The statue was taken out of the country by the fleeing government in 1949, just before the communists arrived. Today, Yama is the star of a special Oriental art display at the Community Art Gallery. Admission goes to raise funds for the Tibetan government in exile.
What's it worth?
To an individual, not much. They couldn't display it. To a government, it could be the price of a nation.
Tibet is where that statue is. It's their religion.
Thank you, Professor.
You're not leaving. I mean, that's no way to reciprocate a teacher's interest in a student.
Honey, I've already graduated.
I'm not talking about art.
Johnny Kane, Marvin Easley. He's in charge of this exhibit.
Yes, well, I just can't tell you what a shock this entire situation is, Mr. Kane. It's absolutely shocking.
Easy, Easley. Our men met the plane. We've been with it since the engine stopped.
Now, look here. Yama is a very exceptional piece of art. 7 arms, 3 heads, and solid gold.
8 arms.
7 arms, Mr. Kane, and made of solid gold. Here. What do you think you're doing? What?
And made of solid plaster.
Plaster?
Miles, we're too late. Yama's already gone. Where's the plane it came in?
It's still at the airport.
Freeze the plane. Get the crew out there. Check security in the last city in which this exhibit was displayed. Absolutely confirm the fact that the missing statue was on board that aircraft. Then have the lab check this plaster. I'll see you at the hangar in an hour.
Where are you going?
I'm going to get a file. Alert the CIA to stand by.
Oh, no, just a minute. What about our show? What about our show?
Close it. The star's gone.
But you can't close it. Lieutenant, we've already got the charity tickets out.
Easy, boy,
Well,
easy.
The file.
In there. No.
Next time I'll kill you.
No, I
Johnny Kane, Mr. Rockwell. He commands the aircraft.
Mr. Rockwell?
Race Rockwell. General Aircraft here loaned us the bird. Kind of a public relations project. Ah Ling was the engineer's name. That's Oriental. He joined us 3 days ago in New York, had General Aircraft credentials. We landed here last night. He said goodbye, walked out with his tool chest, and went right off that way.
How big was the tool chest?
Oh, about that high and that wide.
Thank you very much.
Roger, Lieutenant.
General Aircraft never heard of Ah Ling. But whoever he was, he sure knew his way around here. They're checking their files for all employees who've been off work or off site the last 3 days.
This is the only file that Grinaldi kept. There's one in here on the statue, a short one, T-1809-BKD-17. Get the CIA to see what they can make out of it.
All right. One thing we did get a break on, the bodyguard who was killed with Grinaldi. Washington picked up on the fingerprints. His name is Paul Wankler. Evidence indicates he's a CIA man. We're waiting further confirmation momentarily.
This raises the possibility that Grinaldi was killed by mistake.
Right now, anything is possible.
Revel said the bodyguard was always close to Grinaldi. Maybe I can learn something from the wife.
It's good for a free drink anyway.
are the only honest hypocrites. Our life is a voluntary dream. The height of our ambition is to be anyone but ourselves. We clothe ourselves in the facades of other people.
Like you.
Even our thoughts are not our own, Mr. Kane. Right now, you're wondering why I'm not in basic black, where the tears of a widow are gone.
Oh, I didn't say a thing, Mrs. Grinaldi.
You didn't have to. You see, to be an actress, one must have perception, insight, see words people don't say. I liked Tony. I didn't love him. His death came as a shock. It didn't prostrate me in sorrow. In fact, for some time now, I've been in love with another man. Now I expect to marry him.
Would you care to divulge his name?
I can answer that, Mr. Kane. Tricia called me to tell me you're on your way over here. I felt it imperative to be here to answer any questions that you might have. After all, our relationship could cause grave misunderstandings. Though I deplore the word, Mr. Kane, we wish to plead for your cooperation at this time.
This could be motive, Mr. Allardyce.
Well, yes, it could. I urge you to hear the facts, to use discretion if those facts are indeed valid. Tricia and I have been in love for a year, Mr. Kane. We plan to be married.
What do you mean by cooperation, Allardyce?
As you know, I am a member of West. National would take a dim view of our love at this time. Indeed, it could be fatal. I like my work. I have Tricia. I wouldn't want to lose either as a victim of circumstances. You see, I, too, am human.
The bodyguard killed with Tony was a CIA agent, hired to prevent the theft of a rare art treasure called the Yama statue. What do you know about him, Mrs. Grinaldi?
Tony hired him when we were in Bermuda about 5 months ago. He insisted he return to the States with us. His name was Paul. That's all I know. Tony had his life. Long ago, I learned not to interfere.
Your turn.
No more. You might try Revel Drew.
She knew more about my husband than I did. She was with him a great deal more. Almost as much as Paul.
Thanks for the drink.
Oh? Ah, yes. It is said in the wine, discontent seeks comfort, cowardice looks for courage, bashfulness tries to find confidence. I drink because I like to drink.
Tricia.
Allow me to be a woman, gentlemen. Kenneth says I drink too much. He indulges me because we all must have at least one vice. What is your vice, Mr. Kane?
I kill people, Mrs. Grinaldi. Where's the officer?
Over there. He hasn't taken his eyes off me.
I don't blame him. Let's go inside. Si, this is Kane. 5 or 6 months ago, Grinaldi vacationed in Bermuda. I assume your group has interest there?
Mr. Farwell has the Sand and Sea Hotel there. Each member of our group has visiting privileges.
Why did Rinaldi hire a bodyguard?
His previous employee died of a heart attack.
Isn't it usual in such cases to bring a man up from the inside, someone you can trust?
Well, I'm sure the new employee was recommended.
His name was Paul Wankler. He worked for the CIA.
I think we should determine who made that recommendation. Can you be in my office at 9?
9. Now, tell me about Paul Wankler.
He was nice in a way. Quiet, polite, educated.
Tough?
Capable.
What was his routine? Did he get along well with Tony?
Paul did what Tony said, like everyone else. He was always within calling distance. He kept the same hours as Tony. Even lived next to Tony's bedroom.
Didn't Mrs. Rinaldi resent it?
No. They got along pretty well. Paul called her Patricia. Just seemed to like that.
Tell me about your routine. Again, specifically, what were your duties?
Simple dictation, make phone calls, deliver memos to the others. Nothing really important. Of course, there was the house and the theater. I did the buying for both. Food, supplies, things like that. Tony refused to let his wife do anything.
Hand me the telephone, Rebel. Lieutenant Crawford.
Crawford.
Miles, this is Kane. Rinaldi hired the bodyguard in Bermuda on somebody's vouch. My employers are checking into it. I want you to call the CIA. Tell them to get the file on Paul Wankler. Everything on him.
Everything? Yes, sir, Mr. Kane. Anything else, Mr. Kane?
grows misty at the sound of a sigh. And you can measure the happy by the tear in her eye. When I do my thing in empty bars or crowded halls, I say, cool little girl, you're not Miss Niagara Falls. Bless you, baby, bless you, darling, bless you, angels, one and all. If a man can stay healthy, he can have himself a natural ball. Let me tell you now, yeah. They say a woman scratches gentle at the moment of truth, and she pinches sentimental in an explosion of her youth. But when I do my thing in speeding cars or slowing planes, why does every chick become a world of growing pains? Bless you, baby, bless you, darlings, bless you, angels, one and all. If a man can stay healthy, he can have himself a natural ball. You're looking good, yeah. They say a woman likes to bite you on the ear and stroke your hair and give you other little goodies that whisper love is in the air. But when I do my thing by roaring fire or icy snow, I say, baby, let me breathe, or you will never know. Bless you, babies, bless you, darling, bless you, angels, one and all. If a man can stay healthy, he can have himself a natural ball. Yes, he can have himself a natural. Here come the judge. He can have a natural ball.
Enjoy your dinner, Mr. Kane.
Thank you.
Sorry, we're full up.
Hello, Lieutenant. Mr. Kane is in the dining room. He asked that you join him there.
Thanks.
Sit down, Miles.
Thanks. CIA file on Paul Wankler. Classified. Signed for by me, hand carried by me for you. 5 years I walk a beat. 3 years I patrol a car. 10 years I wear plain clothes. Finally, I'm a lieutenant, have a desk of my own, don't have to do my own legwork anymore. So now it isn't called work, it's cooperation. I hope the hell you can read.
Carl, the lieutenant, will order.
I'll have some of this thing. Wankler was born in England. His mother and father were killed in the war. Had one brother, one sister. He graduated from college in the United States, became sympathetic to communism, trained as their agent, defected and became a CIA double agent a year and a half ago. His assignments were in Europe. He then went to the Caribbean 8 months ago. Never heard from him again.
Did you go through his personal effects?
Nothing on his clothes, nothing in his living quarters. Dead end.
Kasai scheduled a meeting with me for 9 o'clock. 2 hours ago, he called, said to come immediately. Said he had something. Evidently, he did.
CIA cryptographer says that T1809, BKG-17 isn't a code. It fits no known sequence. Dixon talked to Bermuda. They're pushing. Oh, the car you chased was totally destroyed. There was identification on the victim. Name Lee Tung, residence 1389 Lowell. My men should be there now.
Call for you, Lieutenant Crawford. You can take it right here.
Thanks. Crawford. Yeah, let me have it. Mm-hmm. Okay, stay with it. Lee Tung had a roommate. The apartment manager says he was known as Chang Shu. He's been away, just returned today. Works at General Aviation. She saw him leave for work 2 hours ago.
Let's go.
Badge 415593. Employee name Chang Shu. Hire date 3 months ago. Labor classification, cargo aircraft maintenance. What's he done, Johnny?
Let's start with murder.
There's more?
He could be the man who posed as the in-flight maintenance engineer aboard that aircraft. If so...
He may have the statue.
Charlie, Danny Deshay Security. This is urgent. ID number 415593. Name Chang Shu. I want his work assignment and shift time immediately. I want his personnel file 10 minutes after that. Call me back. Rush it. It'll take a few minutes.
I need to use a phone. No, keep that one clear.
Don't use any of those out there. I was going to call you tonight. Oh, I don't mean about all this. About the night I was in your place 2 months ago. I kind of went off the deep end.
Oh, we all take a dive now and then.
I had 2 or 3 drinks, met a couple of executives. Got talked into joining the party. The girls came, the dancing started, and I went up in the world about $30,000 a year. And I got a wife, 3 kids, car payments, and a mortgage on the GI home. All of a sudden, it was, boy, can you top this? And I tried. I wasn't a security officer for an aircraft factory. I was an oilman from Texas. I rented the suite at the motel next door and kept the party going. At 4 o'clock in the morning, the executives had gone. Took the girls with them. I had a half a bottle of champagne and a bill for $360. I haven't been able to pay it, Johnny.
I figured it was something like that.
I got your statements. Hid them from my wife. Hoped that somehow I'd find some extra money. I will, Johnny. I just don't know when.
We'll wait.
Thanks, Johnny. Danny Deshay Security. I understand. Call me back. The employee came to work half an hour ago. Currently assigned to a cargo aircraft which departs for Hong Kong tomorrow. Now, we go by tail assemblies for accounting purposes. Chang Shu is currently working on aircraft T-1809, and his workstation is bulkhead 17.
T-1809, BKD 17. That's our man.
Bulkhead 17 is in the first cabin, just behind the engineer. The subject is the only man assigned to the area. He'll be alone.
You go up that ramp.
Miles, give me time to get up there. Outside. Now. See what you can find.
Nothing. Clean.
He's dead. I'll call homicide. They'll make the report.
Personnel file. All details employment of Chang Shu. This is a duplicate copy.
Age 37, security clearance, confidential.
A higher classification usually takes 6 months. We go by personal references in the interim.
Is that required?
For immediate employment, it's necessary. Here. First recommendation of Mr. Grinaldi, confirmed on November 17th. Second reference of Mr. Wong Si of Sutton Place. That's a Channon pottery shop. The address is 3401 East Broadway.
Post a guard at each ramp. My men will be along directly.
Right.
Well, we got the ammo.
But it still doesn't add up, Miles. Why was Grinaldi killed? Kasai had nothing to do with that statue. Why was he killed? And why did they want Revel Drew?
Yeah? Did you order food, Miss Drew?
No. You probably got the wrong room.
Maybe.
Lieutenant Crawford, please. Hurry.
Take it easy, son.
I didn't want to kill anybody.
You're not the first cop that ever had to kill a man, or the last. In 15 years, you'll learn how to carry it all inside. You'll know what a dead man looks like. A man and a woman can love one minute and the next cut each other up. A drunk in a car, a kid high on pot, a sick molester with a poor little girl can twist your guts. All in one night. Half the time you'll be making out reports, another half you'll spend in courts trying to prove you didn't lie. And an extra half you'll use trying to remember the names of your wife and kids. Credit'll be hard to get, because you don't earn enough. Good friends will turn their backs on you. You'll say then, why can't it be different? You'll have one answer. You're a cop. And you'll be on pills like me. Then there'll be nothing left but sex and soda water. And you won't have time for either one. So get on your feet and hand in your report. Have them look at your head. Finish your shift.
Yes, sir.
You're all right, Miles. Were you talking to him or to yourself?
Maybe both.
Your office told me I'd find you here. Expected to find you, too. Our Bermuda Bureau has achieved some insight into this affair. Knowledge which progressed the government from concern to serious apprehension. This is a communist takeover of West.
What do you mean?
An organized crime operation under communist control is bad. Organized mass infiltration into legitimate business is worse. The combination is incredible. The consequences could be disastrous. I have White House instructions to see that this doesn't happen.
Dixon, get specific.
All but one member of West will be killed. I realize Grimaldi and Kasai are dead. That leaves 3.
Order of succession: Shields, Farwell, Allardyce.
The theft of the statue was to be used as a concession potential. If they got it, fine. If they didn't get it, fine. In any case, it was used as cover. Frankly, I'd be glad to see every member of West killed. I'm sure Lieutenant Crawford here will agree with me. But the important factor is we have to stop an international conspiracy.
Once they take over West, they'll go for the rest of the syndicate.
Precisely. You know what that means? Regardless of cost, whatever the method, we have to stop them, here and now. We've narrowed down the count of communist agents to 1 man who has enough authority and stature to handle this. He's known to be in this area. His name is Wang Si.
Same name as the one connected with the China shop in the General Aircraft Security file.
1304 East Broadway.
Mm-hmm. And we start there. Mr. Kane, I'm not adverse to assassination.
Oh, boy.
I have no choice. You have no choice. Neither do you.
Miles, give me a minute. You heard. I love you.
He's already left? I see. Thank you. Farwell and Shields are already on their way to your place. When you get there, allow them to look at the money. When you close the case, the timing mechanism locks. Push this button. You'll have 1 minute to clear the area.
I understand.
Now, because of the death of these men and the evidence of the statue plaster molds, it'll be necessary for you to get out of the country. Here are your tickets. Expense money is enclosed.
My government thanks you. Perhaps we will meet again.
Good luck.
I go solo, Miles.
No dice.
This is no time for debate. The reason the CIA came to me is simple. This is dirty business. You were told to cooperate, not to interfere. I'm gonna hold you to that.
All right, the law says it's okay for me to park here. I hope it's all right with you. I'll be here.
Mr. C, we appreciate your need for secrecy.
Of course, the real matter is the money.
$500,000. The down payment as agreed. The balance to be deposited in the Hong Kong bank. When? As soon as the statue reaches Hong Kong.
Your superior has already accepted this condition.
All right.
Good night, gentlemen. Our transaction has been completed.
Farwell, Shields.
What are you doing here?
I might ask you the same question.
Kasai arranged to collect Rinaldi's fee for the statue deal. We're here for the payoff.
Kasai send you here?
How did I phone for him?
I must go, gentlemen.
You stay where you are. What do you know about Rinaldi's vacation in Bermuda?
I was there. Mr. Rinaldi and his wife were my guests.
On whose vouch did he hire a new bodyguard?
On mine. After all, he's practically one of the family. Mrs. Rinaldi's brother.
Tricia's brother.
Hold it. What's this all about, Kane?
Kasai is deceased. This is all a communist plot to take over West.
That's impossible.
You're out of your mind. We've got the money delivered as agreed. What's your answer to that?
I'm gonna have a little talk with your delivery boy.
That's her. Now we wait 5 minutes.
I used to have my doubts about you CIA guys, but not anymore. You're all crazy.
We must know more than just who, Lieutenant. This is our only chance. Kane understands that. Are you reading, Kane?
The microphone's in his pocket. I'm getting a steady signal. Right now, Allardyce is making a phone call.
Chicago? This is Allardyce, West. I want you to take this call as an authority to stop a contract. Start date was tomorrow. The subject was John Kane. Yes, that's right. Bye.
Now we really begin. From the first.
Tricia found out about Tony and his plan for the statue. She told me. Thought it was a good idea. Good idea to get rid of the others, especially Tony. She managed to find out who the men were who had contacted Tony. I made a deal with them. Get rid of the others, statue free. I can make you rich, Kane. Oh!
Tell me more.
It was a good plan, Kane, and it worked. I made it work. I'm head of West now. I've got money, power, anything you want.
You've got nothing, Allardyce. You've been had. A drunk woman, communists. They have you exactly where they want you.
You're crazy.
He's right, Kenneth. Slightest move and you'll be dead. Take his gun. Mr. Kane called earlier and asked me to come. He suggested that his knowledge of this affair could manifest a closer relationship. I must say I found it an interesting thought.
She's been trained for 10 years. She married Tony just to get inside West to get her brother a job as a bodyguard. Then she killed them both, Allardyce.
People are expendable. The purpose justifies it.
Allardyce, you're a tool.
Tricia, I can't believe.
Try. Get used to it. Wang Si and his men let you think their orders came from you. Everything is documented. You and I have a long future together, Kenneth. Now the orders come from me. Kill him, please.
Dixon happy?
Ecstatic. He'll probably send you a calendar for Christmas.
At least you got rid of West.
There'll be others, new names, new faces, same reason for being here. Always was, always will be. No, thanks. I'm tired and I want to go home. Here.
Lucky, why don't you go home?
This is my home. I got all the food I want, booze, nice people. This is where it's at. I think I'll stick around a while. Johnny, tell your girl I owe her a drink. She'll know what I mean.
Abreast of the times way out in the spaces of your mind, I feel a need for the laughing things we knew. Aware of the guilt turned on in the hidden reaches of my soul, I still have need for the gentle things we had, that we took with the bad. I'm alive to the memory of at least a dozen mistakes, freakish little nothings, but what mountains and hang-ups they make, unhinged by the chill, excluded from the warm behind your eyes. I feel a need